everyone and welcome to Lucy's Larking Adventures. We're out on this sunny Sunday afternoon looking around this lovely brook just on the outskirts of Bath. So it's actually pretty mild today considering we haven't had too much rain this week, so you can see it's pretty shallow and clear here, which is great. It's really nice to be back out in the water. So we're going to start having a look around now and I'll bring you back shortly and let you know what we can find. See you in a sec. Okay everyone, so we're in and the early signs are promising. You can usually tell pretty quickly whether there's going to be stuff to find or not, and it looks like there is. Look at this. Looks like a sauce bottle, doesn't it? Quite like that, you know, it's pretty neat, isn't it? And then, let's just put that there a second until we come back for it. This is broken, it's a shame. Oh look, it's Eiffel Tower lemonade, or fruit juices this one says. We found an Eiffel Tower lemonade bottle not so long ago actually, it was my first one, so it's a shame that one's broken. And then you can just see over here one of Lucy's Larking Adventures regular finds. Let's have a look at it. A lovely old paste jar, look at that. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be stuff here to find, which is always good. It's always nice to find stuff straight away so that you know that there's things to look for. So we'll carry on and I'll let you know what else there is. See you in a sec. Brian and I are just looking at this thing here. It's half buried and we've got our suspicions that it might be a stone, but it looks like it just might be a bottle or something interesting. So Ryan's going to go and pull it out and we'll bring you with us and see if it is anything exciting. Does it feel like a bottle?
It is a bottle.
It is a bottle. So some digging might be required. So it took more digging than we anticipated, but look at the size of this milk bottle. Certainly have not seen one this big before. And look, it says here, bottled by members of the Safety First Milk Association. Isn't that fantastic? And it's in pretty good nick considering, so what a find. I really love that. I'm glad we just didn't cast it off as a stone and carry on. Here's a couple of interesting things that I thought I'd just show you. Ryan's just found this old bit of copper tubing with an end on it, and we were just having a bit of a wonder about what it might have been. Maybe it was a handle or something, but the end is quite interesting, isn't it? So it hints that it might have been something interesting in its time. And then this is interesting. So I just pulled this out wondering what it was, and it looks like, doesn't it, the remains of a really old wing mirror from some sort of vehicle. But if you have a look on the back, it's just been knocking around here so long that it's got a piece of glass fused to it. Isn't that funny? So I just thought it was interesting enough to show you. On we go, still hunting, and I'll bring you back and let you know what else there is. Look at this absolutely stunning pottery find. It's just got the remains of the pattern there, look, some corn and the leaves growing around it. Isn't that beautiful? That would have been stunning, wouldn't it, in its time? And there are a few sort of hints of pottery here, which is great because I love to find those little bits. So fingers crossed for some more. I've spotted something here that looks tantalisingly like a bottle, so let's go in and see if it's any good. It is a bottle, pretty good neck. It's an old sauce bottle with the screw cap. We seem to find lots of these actually. Must have been pretty common, I guess. Here's another intact bottle find, look. SCWS. And then here it'll say somewhere, let's say Shildham, I think it says. You can just get that there, can't you? Found a few of those actually over the last few weeks. So again, they must have been pretty common, but it's always nice to find an intact bottle, isn't it? And we're going to just start heading up this way, keeping our eyes peeled, and I'll bring you with me. Hi guys, so I'm pretty excited to show you these finds. Ryan just picked this white lid up, look. It's pretty neat, isn't it? Pretty good condition. And then I just saw this lying on top of the sand and I thought I could just see half of it and thought what a lovely piece of pottery. But it turns out it's actually an old ceramic bottle stopper with that beautiful flower design on the top, look. Just waiting to be found. So yeah, I'm over the moon with that. I'm really pleased with it. What a lovely thing to find. bring you with me on this excavation because I can just see a tantalising bit of glass here. Can you spot it under the water? And it's a bit intriguing, so we're going to go in and just see if we can get it out, see if it's in any sort of condition and what it is. Here it comes. It is complete. Oh, and it is pretty nice, look at that. And it has got, oh look at that, it's got a really lovely picture on it. It says around there, Midsummer Norton. And it's probably got a name across the top, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it says something Priory and Co. or something. So I'll give it a clean up and I'm sure we can have a look at the name a bit later on. But isn't that lovely? Just from a tantalising bit of glass under the water there, look, to a really lovely bottle. What a great find. This is an interesting find. This is an old ceramic jam jar lid. Those of you that watch my channel will know that I find quite a lot of old jam jars, some of them complete. Very, very rarely do I find the lids. So it's pretty nice to find that actually, even though it's not got a name or anything on it. I really like it. This is the heartbreaker of today, or at least the first one. I'm sure there might be more. Look at this, the top of this bottle. I've never seen anything like it, you know. Just, isn't that such a shame that it's not complete? I think it's got a name there as well, you know. Or is that a measurement? Does it say quart? 1 quart, it looks like. So what, I wonder what that would have been used for. What do you think? I've never seen a bottle that shape, you know. So I'm a little bit gutted that it's not complete. But it's interesting to find it all the same, I suppose, isn't it? A lovely old handle, look, from an old bucket or something, I'd say. You can still see the little ends, look. There's something really interesting about that, isn't there? I know it's just, you know, a handle, a broken sort of bucket handle, but I think they've got a really nice look, you know. I've spotted what looks like another bottle nestled here, look, half buried, so I'm going to carefully go in. I can see that the top's intact, so let's see if it's any good. Oh, look at that. It's a lovely little green one, isn't that nice? And it's got that rib there to mark that it was something poisonous. I wonder what it would have been. That's pretty good nick, isn't it? We don't have many green ones actually, we don't find them all that often. So definitely a keeper for us. What a lovely little find. There are loads of intact bottles here today, which is always really exciting. And Ryan's just pulled out this little one, look, with that little decorative bit around the top and the bottom. And maybe that was to show that it wasn't to be taken either. It looks like brown glass, but sometimes you never know with these when you clean them up if they're going to be clear. So we'll have a look when we get home. It's cute, isn't it? Nice little small size. Here's another neat little lid, look. I wonder if it's from a pot or maybe a teapot. It's got a really nice look, hasn't it? I'm quite fond of that, you know. And I've just spotted down here, and I'm sure you can see it too, there's another bottle. Let's go and see what it is. It's got some writing on it. What does that say? Oh, it says quality there, I think. Quality sauce. Da, 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 da. It says Granny's, Granny's quality sauce. Well, I've never heard of that before. I wonder if that's a variation on Daddy's sauce or not. I'll have to have a look and see what I can find out about Granny's sauce. Maybe some of you will recognise it, so give me a shout if you do. But yeah, it's pretty neat. We don't have one like that, so Granny's sauce is definitely a keeper for us. Oh, look at this one. Isn't that sweet? It's got some, it looks like a little milk bottle, you know. What does it say there? Yes, it's got some numbers on it. That's really sweet, isn't it? It is quite similar to the one I just showed you that Ryan found, actually, doesn't it? I wonder if they're the same. This place is so exciting. I mean, we haven't got more than a few steps from where we started, and we do have to take our time because, as you can probably tell, lots of the bottles just look like rocks. So we have to take a really close look at everything. And this is another bottle just nestled in there, look, waiting to be found. So let's go and see what it is. Oh look, it's a little jar. Oh, look at that, isn't that lovely? A great logo on it. I wonder what that was. Vireol, it looks like it says. What a beautiful jar. Absolutely love that. That's going to look great cleaned up in my cabinet, isn't it? It strikes me as some sort of cosmetic jar or something, but I don't quite know. Just maybe the name is making me think that. Maybe it could be anything, couldn't it? So I'll have a little look, see what I can find out. Give me a shout if you know. So we're just heading a bit further up. We've got plenty more to explore. What an exciting lark we're having today. It's so good to be back out. Weather's pretty good for us considering it's sort of mid-November. And we're still finding exciting relics. I hope you're enjoying it too. See you in a sec. We quite often find insulators from sort of telegraph poles, sometimes broken, sometimes, you know, sort of really old, nice, complete ceramic ones. We've never found a black one before. What does black mean? Maybe it indicates something specific. Maybe it just means it's more modern. Let me know. I'm very intrigued by it. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? So we're just under a bridge at the moment, and look at this interesting old thing. Sort of, I don't know, I said it was an axle stand, but I don't know enough to have said that with any authority. What do you think? I just thought I'd show you this absolutely magnificent bridge. Look at this. What a stunner. Not much underneath it, but we're just heading sort of behind me now through onto the next bit of water, so hopefully there's more to be found. I'll bring you back shortly. What a lovely little thing to find, look. An old pair of pliers, all seized up. They've obviously been knocking around a long time, haven't they? But I quite like them, aren't they fun? I'm just going to head along this sort of little rocky bit. I already see something exciting there. So come with me, I can see where I'm stepping, so I'll bring you with me and we'll see what we can find. I'm just veering off because I can see it looks like a little bit of pottery. Yeah, it is a plain piece, which is a shame. Oh look, shell. It's nice. I wonder what that is. Looks like part of a telegraph pole actually, doesn't it? I wonder if it's the bit that the insulators are usually connected to. I've found a few of them here. Oh yes, lovely. Look at that. What a really nice design. Always a pleasure, isn't it? Always a pleasure to find that. Look at that. It's a little tin box. I quite like that, you know. I wonder what it had in it. Oh, and look here. Find my feet. Another very lovely bit of pottery. A beautiful colour look in the sunlight. I think that might be another bit of the same. Almost the same, isn't it? Let's see what else there is then. Oh, what's this? Oh, look! Oh, well done, Ryan. That's really lovely. It looks like a lion or a sort of... Yeah, it's got to be a lion, hasn't it? A bit of an old ornament. It's a dog. Is it a dog? I don't know, but it's really lovely, isn't it? What an odd thing to find. What an exciting thing to find. Well done, Ryan. I like to find little faces. I'll walk back the sort of edge now along the water. See if there's anything just on the periphery. Must have missed this the first time today. A plain piece. Of an old pot. It's always a shame that it hasn't got a pattern or anything because you like to find a bit of colour. Okay, I'm going to head a little bit further down. I'll bring you back shortly. Look, here's another tantalising bit of glass poking out. So I'm going to very carefully go in and see what I can find. It looks like the top is complete, or is that, oh, that's the bottom. Oh look, it's really nice. Look at the shape of that. It's pretty nice, isn't it? I can feel something on it. Oh look, it has got a picture as well. Always a pleasure. I wonder what that says. God, it's really quite weathered, isn't it? I'm sure it's got a name around the top there, but I can't quite read it at the moment. But we'll definitely give it a clean. Oh look, at the back it's easier. Powell and Ricketts, it looks like it says. Bristol, which is great because that's super local. So, what a lovely little find. That's brilliant, isn't it? I absolutely love that. Look at that, it's had a nice rinse out. And isn't it magnificent with the sunlight behind it? That's a really nice find, isn't it? Another little jar, look, not quite a paste jar, maybe a mustard jar, something like that. We do find these actually not quite as common as the paste jars, maybe they don't last as long. But I thought I'd just show you that this is here as well, intact. There we go. Oh look, I've just missed a bit. This is a bit of pottery with a nice bit of blue edge, look. I'm just looking along the sides of the bank now because you never know what you find hidden in the edges of the bank. And look at this. It's got to be the most intriguing bottle sticking out so far. So I'm going to go in and get it. It's got a top on it. Oh, look at this. That's fantastic. Look at the shape of that. I found one of these before. oh, I'd say a couple of months ago now, never having seen one before at all, and apparently it's a Hamilton bottle, but it was completely plain, and I've seen people since that have found them with pictures on, and look at that, isn't that stunning? What does it say? Matthew Millard, it looks like, and Sons, Trowbridge. So pretty local in the southwest. So yeah, it's got a few sort of chips and nicks. Looks like it might have a bit of a crack in it, but you know, that doesn't put me off at all. Isn't that magnificent? What a gorgeous find. Look at that. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? What a shape, what a picture. Excellent. I just thought I'd share this with you. Just a tiny little piece of sort of weathered old glass. But look at this. What a magnificent colour. Brilliant, isn't it? In the sunlight. What's this? It's another one of those insulators. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? A slightly different shape. There's so many here, lots of broken ones. And this is different again, which is very intriguing. I wonder why there are so many. Thought it was a jar for a minute with that top. We've just found this. This is intriguing, isn't it? I wonder what it is. Can't even quite tell what it's made from, you know, but it looks like some sort of handle, maybe a pump handle. What do you think? I'm hoping you can just spot there under the water a tiny bottle. Looks complete from here. Oh, look at it, it is tiny. Isn't that magnificent? I wonder what it would have been. Can't see a name or anything. But it's just magnificent, isn't it, in its miniature size. It's still here, bobbing around. Lovely. Look at this lovely pottery find. Look at that shape. That would have been magnificent, wouldn't it, in its time? Sort of scalloped edge. Look at it on the outside. And there it was, just peeping out, like waiting to be found. Some sort of serving bowl or something, I'd say. That lovely sort of crazed blue colour. It's pretty neat, isn't it? Oh, look at that. I thought I recognised the edges that were just poking out there as a little paste jar, but it's not. Slightly more modern, but a little jar all the same. Isn't that cute? Some sort of condiment jar, I'd say, do you think? But I think I might keep it. There's another one. There are just absolutely so many bottles here. I'm just going to go in and see what this one is. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a nice one. I haven't seen one like this before. What does that say? Davis, it looks like, doesn't it? I wonder what Davis made. Vegetable painkiller. Wow, that's a stunner. A vegetable painkiller. How fantastic. I'll see what I can find out about Davis. Maybe some of you will recognise it, but I've certainly never seen this bottle before. And I'm really pleased with it. I shouldn't have tempted fate earlier because look, here is the second heartbreaker of the day. A necked cod bottle to get the marble out, and this is a C.E. Beavis, Bristol. Found some of his bottles before. He's got such a great history in the Bristol area. So what a shame. Some of you have suggested with these bottles, I find that we keep them and just sort of sand them down and make things out of them, you know, jars and things like that. So this is definitely one to try it with. That's a job for Ryan, I think. But still, a shame that it's not complete. Those marbles must have been so sought after by kids in the day, hey? We're really having such a great time today. It's really beautiful, it's very peaceful, and we're finding some pretty cool stuff. We're still going. So look at this. This is another lid. But it's an interesting sort of material. I wonder what it would have been on. It probably had a little name there, look. We'll see if we can work that out. But it's nice, isn't it? And then a lovely piece of pottery lip with the blue rim. Always nice to find. And just down here I have spotted something else. So I'm going to try and I'm putting that in my pocket. Hang on. And then I'm going to bring you with me. Let's have a look at this. It's another one of these. These are pretty common to find. No name or anything on it, which is always a little bit of a shame. But how it does a little leap, doesn't it, every time you see a bottle that is intact. Oh look, there's more stuff here. I don't know what this is. Oh look, it's an old glass jar, isn't it? It's absolutely rammed full of rocks and things. That's what it said on the bottom. I think it's just numbers, isn't it, as opposed to a name. But we haven't seen one like that before. I wonder what it would have held. And then I'll just pop this down and we'll go down for the other one. See what that is. And it was another one of these, like these insulators. They look a lot like jars, don't they? There's more bottles. Ryan's found some lovely little miniature sized bottles, look. This is a nice shape, isn't it, on this one here? In fact, they're both nice shapes. This has got that sort of rounded flask shape with a cork top or a stopper. So yeah, still going. How exciting. Look at this. What a magnificent find, but sadly, just half of it, if that. I've not really seen this before. It obviously would have had handles on each side, I guess. So some sort of pot. I wonder what it would have been used for. Let me know what you think. It would have been magnificent, wouldn't it? What a shame. Oh look, it's still got a lovely logo on the bottom. Let's have a look at that. Or half of it, that looks like. It looks like a KO. So if you recognise that, give me a shout. I'm really intrigued to find out what that is. With this type of bottle, I must admit I find it much harder to tell the age. It hasn't got a name or anything on it. I can't imagine it's super modern. It looks like it's been knocking around here a little while. What do you think? And then let me just put this down and bring you back because I've spotted something else at my feet, which I will show you also. Hold on a sec. There it is, look, with the water running over it. Can you spot it? A little tiny one. I love to find the small ones because what are the chances that in all this space with all these rocks we would come along and spot it? That's pretty neat, isn't it? I've just been tempted in by this lovely piece of green pottery. Look at that, I'm going to give it a clean. And sometimes you come to a place where you just, you find lots of stuff, loads of bottles or lots of different stuff. And you just can't believe sort of how much there is. And look, this is one of those places, I mean really it is. And look, I've just come across this crop of just 3 little things just waiting all together, look, to be found. I mean, it's almost impossible not to, isn't it? In fact, what are you? Yeah, like an old bit of some sort of pottery bottom, isn't it? Let's see what you all are then. A sauce bottle there, I'd say, with a screw cap lid. Let me just get there a minute. Of course, a paste jar, because they survive everything. It's actually a nice little small one, look. A mini-sized paste jar. Meat paste was obviously an absolute staple in the southwest of England. But it wouldn't be a Lucy's Larking adventure if there wasn't one, would it? And another plain one. This looks like an older sort of stopper top sauce bottle. Look how clear it is. Sun dappling on it, isn't it just stunning? I could stay here for hours. It's been a really busy week. And you just, you know, you come out, you hear the water, and you just forget all about it and find lots of interesting stuff as well. I hope you're enjoying it too. I'll bring you back in a sec. Here's a mystery item for you. Let me know what you think this is. Part of a battery or some sort of connection, isn't it? So today's mystery item, there are a couple of others, but let me know what you think this one is. Ryan's been busy and he's just brought me back lots and lots of things to catch you up on. Look at all this. So for a start, that looks like an old sauce bottle, doesn't it? Or a salad cream bottle to me. What's this? What's it say there? Oh, it's Marmite. A 16-ounce Marmite. How brilliant. We love Marmite in the Lucy's Larking household. This is really nice. This is like an old cream or sort of milk bottle, isn't it? It looks like. A glass jar at the back there. I wonder if that's got a name on it. I can't see anything. This is probably my favourite. Look at this old sort of medicine bottle or something, and it's got a name on it there, which I can't quite read. It looks like Allen and Harbury, actually. I'm using that side. Yeah, Allen. Oh, Hanbury's. Allen and Hanbury's. I wonder what that was. See what I can find out about that. Another sauce bottle. Look, lots of those today. A lovely plate, almost complete. We're getting closer. Beautiful pattern there, look. And then look at this old pot. Absolutely heavy cast iron pot. Would have had a handle there, look. Magnificent, isn't it? This place really is the place that just keeps on giving. So there's so much to show you. I hope you're enjoying coming with us. We're going to have one last quick look around and then we'll head back. I'll let you know if there's anything else. I haven't found a clay pipe for quite a long time. They're quite hard to come by in my neck of the woods. And look, there's just a little tiny bit of one here. Not a complete one, you can already tell that, but oh, that's bigger than I thought. Oh look, quite a nice bit of pipe actually, isn't it? With that little stop there, look. So that's nice. I always love to find them. So fingers crossed this is a sign that, you know, next few videos there's bound to be a complete one, isn't there? You can see a paste jar here, look. So I'm going to go in and grab him in a second. Slightly more excitingly over here, look at this. So Ryan's going to go in and grab it for us. And let's see. It's really nice. A nice long-necked bottle of some kind, sauce maybe. Yeah, it's pretty neat, isn't it? Pretty good spot. Look at this lovely plate I found. A nice blue and white pattern on it. Some lovely flowers there. And some other designs in the background. So that's going to come home and have a bit of a clean up. And then Ryan's just pulled this out and we thought it was a handle at first. But I think it might be a sort of croquet peg or something along those lines. What do you think?
It has got some writing on it.
It's got a name on it, has it? Oh yeah, we'll see if we can work out what it says. Give it a bit of a clean and let you know. Look, I'm just sharing this with you. One last little find. Look at these handles, aren't they cute? One last bottle, look, just on the way out, and it's a nice one. Similar to one that we found earlier, isn't it? So might have a little matching pair, which is good. So we're going to head off back now. The sun's starting to go down. We've been here a really long time. We found lots of stuff, loads of intact bottles, all different ages, some really great ones, and some other interesting and different stuff as well, which is always fun. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I'm going to head back now, do you a quick roundup when I get home of everything that I found. I'm probably not going to clean it all now because time is against us a little bit today, but I'll just round you up on everything and then clean it another time. So I'll see you in a second. We're just about to get out now and look at this, a very fine piece of clay pipe stem that Ryan's just found. So maybe it's a sign that there is more here. It's a couple of pieces we found now, so we'll definitely be back here for sure. Maybe we'll bring the pinpointer next time as well. And we'll keep an eye out for clay pipes next time, see if we can find any complete ones. Hi everyone, so here we are back home. A very quick roundup for you today. Here are just some of my favourite bits from today, and you can see that we've not cleaned all of it, but we've just cleaned some of the nicer bottles because they look so great when they're clean, don't they? So a few really nice bits of pottery today. Always lovely to find this corn one, definitely a favourite. Some bits of pipe stem, my lovely little tin which opens and closes now. Ryan's had a bit of a go at it. It's probably copper. I wonder what it was used for. Let me know what you think. I really like that. A few of these sort of smaller bottles here, aren't these great? Really love the tiny ones. This jar here. The Davis vegetable painkiller. This one is G. Pryor and Son. Couldn't see that actually that well in the water, but that's from Midsummer Norton, which is really great. So that's really sort of a small village, sort of pretty local to Bath. This is just absolutely fantastic, isn't it? This actually is Brook and Prudentio Limited, and that is a Bristol one there, look. So we have found a bottle made by them before, but nowhere near as nice as that one for sure. The Granny sauce, I can't find out much about Granny sauce, so if anyone recognises it, let me know. The bottle you can see has got loads of sort of bubbles and that sort of thing in it, so I don't know if that is a bit of a sign of its age or just the condition that it's in now, but yeah, help me out if you can. This is the lovely Allen and Hanbury's bottle. All cleaned up, looking great. The lovely milk bottle there, which I absolutely adore. What a huge size. Just that little logo, safety first on the back, look. So pretty sure that's got a story to tell. So overall, you know, some pretty cool stuff today. Lots of different bits and bobs, some lids. Absolutely love this stopper. Isn't that just stunning? It's beautiful, isn't it? The massive Marmite jar, which is going to have a clean. I'm looking forward to seeing that cleaned up. And this little animal, a little decoration, look, top of an old ornament, so some sort of dog or something. So yeah, it's been, I mean, it was a pretty good adventure today. Lots and lots of stuff coming out. These are just really the best bits, the paste jars there, a couple of those that have come home. I really hope that you enjoyed it too. You can probably just see in the background as well. Let me just show you this. Quite often we find camp chicory and coffee essence, old glass bottles. And we saw this in a supermarket the other day. And this is the modern version of it. Look, and it's plastic bottle. And it is just, I think all you do is you just add sort of hot water to it. And you can use it apparently for baking as well, for sort of mocha flavoured recipes and that sort of thing. So I just thought it was interesting that it still, after all this time, still goes on, and it was obviously pretty popular just from the amount of bottles that we find of it. So I thought I'd share that too. So I really hope that you've enjoyed the adventure today. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know what you thought. Love to read your comments, and don't forget to find me on Facebook, Lucy's Larking Adventures, Twitter at Lucy Larking, and on Instagram as well. I haven't been on those for a while. I'm a bit behind, so if you're on there already and I haven't sort of replied to you or anything yet, I'll be back soon, I promise. Join me on my next adventure. Hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.